Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will see the iterator for combination problem which is from August challenge, and I will be showing you two methods in order to solve this problem. So let us first read the problem statement. In this problem we are required to design an iterator class which has the following constraints. The first thing which is given is a constructor that takes a string characters of sorted distinct lowercase English letters and a number combination length as argument. So two arguments are provided. One is a string which is given in a sorted order, and another one is a combination length which we will be required in order to give the answers. Now the next things which are given are a query function, a function next function that returns the next combination of length combination length in the lexicographical order, and third one is a function has next that returns true if and only if there exists a next combination. Now let us look at an example in order to get a better understanding. Well, in this case first we are given a constructor which will accept a sorted string as well as it will take a combination length. Now the next function is a next, so here we need to return the next combination in lexicographical order, and the length of that combination will be equals to this combination length. Okay, now the next function is has next, and this will return true if we have a next combination at all. Now in this case the question is giving next combination, but I will be solving it by using current. Okay, so I will be showing you this in the implementation part. Now for an example we are given a class. Let us assume that this class is a combination class. Now in the constructor, this is the first one, this is a constructor. Here we are given a string which will be in lexicographically sorted order, and then we will be given a combination length. So in this case ABC is the string. Now from this given string we want to find the strings having combination length of only this given length. In this case it is 2. So from ABC we can have combinations AB, AC and BC. These will be the three combinations which will be possible from this string ABC. They should be present in lexicographically sorted order. Okay, so they are lexicographically sorted now. So let us now process the query. The first query is next. So what will this give? In the next we needed to return the next combination in lexicographical order. We have not returned anything. So what I will assume is, I will assume we have a pointer which will be pointing to this first string. Okay, so the string should be of length with this combination length. Now when we are encountering this next function, then we have actually not returned anything previously. So we will be starting from this pointer. So we will be returning whatever this pointer is pointing to. This is pointing to AB, so we will be returning AB here. Now as soon as we see this has next query, then we will see the pointer. Is it pointing to a string or has it ended? So it is pointing to a string. Therefore we will be returning true in this case. Now when we see this next function call, then we will return whatever string is being pointed to. So in this case it will be AC, and then we will increment the pointer, so it will now be pointing to BC. Now for this has next call, we will see if this pointer is pointing to a string. So yes, it is pointing to a string, therefore this will be returning true. Now for this next function call, we will have to return whatever is being pointed, so BC will be returned, and we will update the pointer. So this pointer is now pointing to null. Therefore when this function call is encountered has next, then we will see if the pointer is pointing to a valid string. So this is pointing to null. Therefore we will return false here. I hope you understood the problem statement by using this example. So let us now look at how do we solve this problem. Well, we are required to generate all the combinations. So if you are given a string ABC which is of length equals to n, then there will be a total of 2 to the power n combinations. So this you must be knowing, because for each and every character you will have two options. Either you can include this character or exclude this character. For the second character as well you will have two options. For third as well you will have two options. So total number of options will be 2 to the power 3 in this case. So if you have an n length string, so that will be equals to 2 to the power n. So what can we do is we can generate all the possible combination of strings from this ABC, and then we can find what strings are of length of the combination length. So what is our combination length? In our example it was equals to 2. So from this ABC if we can generate, it will be A, it will be B, it will be C, A, B, B, C, then AC, then it will be ABC. I think these will be all possible combinations which will be possible. From this we will pick all those combinations which are of length 2. We can store it somewhere in order to process our next and has next functions. Okay, now let us see how do we solve it by using recursion or backtracking. Now in this case, this green line will mean that we will be including the root character, and this red line will be meaning that we will be excluding this root character. So this h from A to B is indicating that A is getting included, since this is a green colored line. Now in this case we are given a string ABC and our combination length is 2. So how do we find? By using backtracking, what will be the strings? So in this case we will be starting with this first character, which is A. So we are at A. Now what do? We have two options. Either we include this A or we exclude this A. Let us say we include this A. So we will go to B. Now at B we can include this B or exclude this B. Let us say we include this B, we will be at C. At C we can include this C or exclude this C. If we include this C, then the string which will be formed will be ABC. So this is of length 3 and which is not equals to this combination length, so we will not include it. Now the next option is we will exclude this C. If we exclude this C, then the string formed will be AB. So this AB is of length equals combination length, therefore we will store it somewhere. Now we will backtrack to this C. From C we will backtrack to B. Now from B, the next option is to not include this B. So we will move to this C by not including B. Okay. Now at C we can include this C. If we include this C, then the string formed will be AC. This is also of length equals combination length. So we can store this string as well. This is of interest. Now if we exclude this C, then that string will be equals to A only, because we had included only A but excluded this B and excluded this C. So this is of no interest since this is of length 1. Now we will backtrack from this C, backtrack from this B. Now the next option for this A is not including A. If we don't include this A, we go to this B. Now the next character B, we can include it or we can't include it. So if we include this B, we move to C. If we include this C, then the string formed will be BC, which is of length 2. Therefore we will include it here. Now the next option for C is not including C, so the string formed will only be B. So this cannot be included since our combination length should be 2. So we will backtrack to B. Now the next option is not including B. So we will move to this C. From C, we can include this C to form C, and we cannot include this C to have an empty string. So both of these are of no interest for us. We will backtrack and we will move to A, and we have formed all possible combinations. So from these all possible combinations, we have stored the strings which are of interest to us. So the interested strings were of length combination length, which was equals to 2. Now the next thing which we should remember is the lexicographical ordering should be maintained in these strings. So you can see that first I had included the character and then I had excluded the character. So this ordering will enable us to provide all the strings in lexicographical ordering. That is why I have first included a character and then I have excluded the character. If I do like this, then all these orderings, that means all these productions will be in order. So we can store it in a simple array or vector. This will be very simple. Okay. Now in this case, as you can see, we are applying backtracking. So for an n length string, there will be a total of 2 to the power n number of combinations. So we are traversing this entire tree. Now can we optimize the solution? How do we optimize the solution? Now in this case, we can see that we are just interested in the combination length of the string. Okay. So in this case, if we see, if we are including this A and then including this B, then we can stop here and include this in our array. But now what I had explained is we were including this A, we were including this B, again we were going to C, not including this C in order to get this AB. But this AB could have been found at this node B as well. Okay. So why are we making some unnecessary calls when we already know that a string has reached its length, which is our required length? Then we can stop here and we can include this in our given array. So this will highly optimize our time if the depth of this tree is larger. Okay. So this is a very good optimization which I have applied in my code. So I will be showing you when I explain you the code. So what will be the time complexity? Well, even after you apply the optimizations, the worst case time complexity can go to order of 2 to the power n, because the length of the string and the combination length can both be n. So it will be equals to 2 to the power n. But by applying optimization, we can improve the time. It will be running in a better time compared to when we don't apply the optimization. Okay, now let us look at the next technique, which is by using bit masking. Before seeing the bit masking approach, let us quickly revise the bit mask concept. So in this case, let us say we are given the string ABC, and if we are having a bit mask value of 101, then we will only be including the corresponding characters where we have a value 1. So in this case, A and C have corresponding values as 1, therefore the resultant string will be having value AC. Similarly, for the second example, we will be having only value A, because A is having corresponding value as 1, others are having value 0. For this ABC, we will have all these values because all the corresponding values are 1. For this ABC, we will not have anything because all these values are 0. So bit masking will give nothing. Now, how do we include the characters? So what I have done is, we can take a bit mask, we can generate a bit mask value, and then we will iterate from the first value. Let us say we are having a value 1 here. So whenever we have a value 1 here, we will be taking an empty string initially, which will be S. And now whenever we see a value 1, then we will just push, that is just insert this corresponding character in our resultant answer. So this A will be inserted here. Now we will move to the next bit. So this next bit is having value 0. So we will just skip it. We will go to this next bit, which is 1. So this is having value 1. Therefore this C will be appended to this string S. So this will be AC. So 101 will give you the string AC. So I hope you understood how we can use this bit mask on this given string in order to get a new subsequence of string. So how many such combinations are possible? If you have an n length string, then we will have total number of 2 to the power n combinations, as I have already explained you. So this is very simple to understand. Now how do we apply bit masking? Well, what we can do is, if we are given a string, in this case I had taken an example for ABC. So this is having n value, which is length equals to 3. Therefore total number of combinations will be 2 to the power n, which will be equals to 2 to the power 3. Okay. Now from this length, our combination length was equals to 2. So how many such strings can be possible? So that will be equals to NCR, which is nothing but taking all the combinations of string length R from a total string length of n. So here our total string length is 3. So that will be equals to 3C2, which will be equals to 3. So there will be 3 subsequence of strings which will be having length equals to 2. So for this string ABC, what will be our mask range value? So the mask will be ranging from all zeros to all ones. I hope you understood this. So since our combination length equals to 2, so we will pick all those string combinations which will be having 2 ones. So 2 ones is occurring here, 2 ones is occurring here, and 2 ones is occurring here. So we will be taking all these 3 combinations. So these 2 ones is indicating that we are including just B and C. So BC is included. Similarly, AC and AB are included. So these are the only 3 strings which will be included. So I have already explained you how I will be doing it. Like I will be starting from this first combination. When we see a 0, we want to push a character. And whenever we see a 1, we will push that character. So for a single combination, we will find the resultant string. In this case, it will be empty. And then we will check the length of this string with our combination length. So here it is 0. So this will not match. Now similarly, if we match for, let's say, this string, then this will be giving us a value B. Now this will be having length equals to 1. So 1 is not matching 2. So we will not include it. Now for this string, it will give us a string BC, and this will have length 2, which is equals to our combination length. So this is of our interest. So we will just store it. Okay. Now what will be the order of storing? In this case, the storage will be having values BC, AC and AB. But as you can see in the question, it mentions that we need the strings in lexicographical ordering. But this bit masking will not guarantee you the lexicographical ordering. So how do we maintain it? In order to keep the elements in sorted order, while inserting, we can take a set or a map. Okay, so if we take a set or a map, then all the elements will be kept in sorted order. So in the previous case, it will be AB, AC and BC when we insert all these elements in our set or a map. So insertion in a map or a set is log n, since they are maintaining all the elements in a sorted order, and that is basically a self-balanced tree. So there will be a total number of 2 to the power n combinations, and each and every insertion can be taking log n time, and there can be a maximum of 2 to the power n insertions. So the total time complexity using this bit masking approach will be 2 to the power n log n. Okay, so you can see that this bit masking will take a little bit longer as compared to the backtracking approach. So there is one better technique which I wanted to show you. The better technique is that we can evade all this creation part, like all this combination part. When our constructor is called, then we will store our string and we will store our combination length. Now after storing these values, we will not pre-process. That means we will not be generating all possible strings. And why is that? Because let's say your length of the string was equals to 50. And now you know that your next function call will only be equals to, let's say, 10 times. So if you generate all possible strings, then the time for this will be 2 to the power n, which will be very high. And now your next function is only called 10 times. So you are just interested in the top 10 lexicographical values. So why to spend so much of time, like why to spend 2 to the power 50 time in order to generate, in order to pre-process, and then just give answers for 10 queries. So instead of doing that, what we can do is, whenever the next function is called, we can try to generate the new string. Okay, so by doing that, we will be avoiding a lot of time expenditure, and so this will be having a very low time complexity. So this is one of the fastest solutions, and I hope you will try to implement it. Let us now look at the code for both the approaches which I have explained you. This is the code for backtracking, where we are given the string in the name of characters and our combination length. So as soon as we are passed these two values, we will be doing the pre-processing using the utility function, and I will also be making the pointer point to 0. Initially we will be pointing to the first string. Okay, now this is the entire backtracking approach. Here, when the length is equals to 0, then we will be pushing back that string. So this optimization I had already told you, like the length in this case will be equals to 2 according to our example, and our string was ABC. So whenever we are including a character, then we are decreasing the length of the string, and we are passing it as an argument. So what are the arguments which we are receiving? This is nothing but our characters string. This is the length of that string. This is the current position. Initially we will be pointing to this position 0. So this is 0, 1, 2. So this is basically denoting position. Now this length is our combination length. In this case it is 2. And then this is our string which we are storing. So if we include this A, then in the string, that is in the result, we will be having A, and our length will be reduced by one value, it will be 1. Now when we are at B, if we include this B, then B will be added to result, our length will become 0. So whenever our length becomes 0, then we will store this string AB. Okay, and we will simply return. So this is the optimization which I had shown you. Now the next boundary case is, if we are going out of bounds, then we will return. Otherwise what we can do is, we have two options. So I had shown you that we will first include and then we will exclude, so that we can find all the strings in lexicographical ordering. So we will store the current character, that means we will be including the current character and adding it to the result string, and then we will be making the next utility call by going to the next position and also decreasing the length. Okay, and now once we are done with the including part, so the next one is the exclusion part. So since we had added the current string, we will remove this current string and then again make the next call by going to the next position, but our length will be the same because we are not including this current character. So I hope you understood this backtracking approach. This will be taking 2 to the power n time. Now once we are done with the pre-processing part, so the next thing is the next function call and the has next call. So let us say we see this next call, so we are making the pointer ptr pointing to 0, which is the first string. So when we are making the next call, then we will be returning the first string and we will make this pointer point to the next string. Okay. And another function is hasNext. So hasNext will take care of if there is any other string which is left. So if this pointer is pointing to a valid string, then we will return true, otherwise we will return false. So how do we know if it is pointing to a valid string? Actually, we had stored all the strings in our combination vector. Okay. So if the size of the combination vector is greater than the pointer, that is the pointer is within the size of this combination vector, then obviously we are pointing to a valid string and so we will be returning true, otherwise we will return false. Okay. So I hope you understood all these operations using backtracking. This is O1 operation and this is also O1 operation. Now let us look at the bit masking approach. So this is the bit masking code. Now this is slightly different from the previous approach. In this case we have taken a map which is a combination map which will be storing all the strings in lexicographical order. Okay. And I will be taking an iterator on this map which is nothing but the pointer. In the previous case we had taken a pointer value pointing to 0, but in this case we will be pointing it to the beginning of this map. Okay. Now in this constructor combination iterator we will be passed this string and this combination length. Now what we will do is we will take a mask value. It will be equals to 1 left shifted by n bits, and n is the size of this string. Now this will be the total number of combinations, so the mask value will be 2 to the power n, where n is the character size. So that is why we are taking left shift by n bits. Now we will try for all possible combinations, and for each combination wherever we have found a bit as 1, we will include the corresponding character and the position is pointed to by this j. Okay. And now after that, if the included size of the string is equals to the combination length, then we will include it in our combination set. Okay. Otherwise we will not include it. So in this case I have taken a map. Now after performing all these operations for all the 2 to the power n combinations, we will be having all the strings which we need in lexicographical ordering, because we are using a map which will maintain the lexicographical order. After that we will make the pointer point to the first string, okay, which will be combination.begin. So now we have two operations in order to perform. So the first operation is the next operation. So for the next operation, since our pointer is pointing to the first string, so we will be storing the string, that is this pointer itself, in temp, and we will be updating this pointer to point to the next string, and simply we will be returning this first string. This will be our answer. And for this hasNext function call, we will be seeing if this pointer is pointing to the end of this map. If it is pointing to end, then we will return false, otherwise we will return true. So these two operations are again O1. Now the time complexity in this case was 2 to the power n log n. This log n is for maintaining all the elements in ascending order in a map, and this 2 to the power n for all possible combinations, which was done in this bit masking approach. I hope you are able to understand this approach as well. I have already explained in the theory part how you can improve the time complexity by using a better approach which will not do any pre-processing. So I hope you will try to implement that as well. If you have any doubt, then feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.